This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, come on in, everybody. We left the door open, but just a little bit because it's really cold outside. So once you're in, close the door behind you. Shut it tight. It is 15 degrees as we wake up on this Friday morning. Good morning, Coffee, Country, and Cody. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Matos, Annie Nye, and Jeff Roberts all in attendance, present, and accounted for. Did not bring the coat inside, left it in the car. That was a bad move on my part.
Oh, because then the coat's really cold.
The coat's really cold. I just had so many things with me, and I didn't want to wear it this morning. I had it beside me as I got in the garage. And, yeah, don't do that. Don't do what I did.
Well,
wear your coat.
You know I do my cardio almost every morning around the campus. And when I don't walk outside, you know it's cold. And the wind chill of 2 when I came in was more than enough to make me do treadmill. Yesterday,
we were in the middle of Country Radio Seminar, which is happening here in town. Hello and good morning to all of our CRS friends who might be listening. There was a huge event that was happening at the Ryman Auditorium. The main headquarters for Country Radio Seminar is the Omni Hotel, and it is about 2.5 blocks from the Omni to the Ryman. So we walked it yesterday. But then when we got there, the line to get into the Ryman was wrapped around the building.
Yeah, and you're freezing.
So we were outside for a while, and I have to tell you, fingers, toes, nose, all of it, freezing until we got inside. So very uncomfortable to be out in these temperatures. Stay inside if you can. And bring your pets in if you can. We're still trying to lure our kitty cat. Haven't seen her.
No, but a lot of the food's gone. So I need to buy a new bag of food this weekend.
That's good. If you're catching up, we have a cat that roams our plaza, Mama Maybell. We've been trying to get her to come into a little shelter that we've made for her, but we are feeding her. We'll let you know if there are any updates. We're going to love this cat, whether she loves us or not.
We need to bring. We need to have Lori Bradshaw from our Opry staff bring Mother Maybell's kitten over on the air, so we can meet Johnny Cash.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. Well, it's a New Music Friday, and we have a lot of new music, including new stuff from Dolly, new stuff from Russell Dickerson. We've got a new song from Nate Smith called "Nobody Likes Your Girlfriend," and it just really.
We've all been there.
It's kind of great.
It's great.
There's also a disclaimer at the beginning of the video that's like, if you or someone you know has a girlfriend that no one likes, this is for you and we have resources available. So it's kind of great. Stay tuned. All of that and more coming up in entertainment headlines. And we will be playing for $25 at the Opry gift shop. All you have to do is name that Springer Mountain Farms chick flick. It's one of your favorite movies.
One of my top 3 all time.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's your hint this morning as we get things started.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Welcome back. We have food in the studio. You know it's a great day when we have something delicious sitting beside us. And that is thanks to one of our sponsors of Coffee, Country, and Cody, Puckett's.
I wish there was a sensory button on your TV or radio where it would cut through. But trust me, it smells amazing in here.
I mean, it looks incredible. We have Chef Mark Grimes with us. Thank you for coming in and bringing all this food.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we've known Puckett's for a very long time. It is a beloved, well-known brand for us. I just found out that there are now 8 locations.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
it's expanded out even outside of Tennessee. We have one in Coleman, Alabama now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Which is perfect if you're going to rock the South. That's where the big festival is in Coleman. But, yeah, talk to us about your involvement when you came on board at Puckett's.
Yeah, my wife and I moved to Tennessee and found a great company, A. Marshall Hospitality in Puckett's, and met the Marshall family and all the folks that work there, and such a great company, and found a new permanent home. Very excited to be part of this amazing company.
You wanted a little more change of season. In the last month, you've gotten it.
Yeah, living in Texas and 45 straight days, 105 degrees, got a little bit old and missed the changing of the leaves and the crispness in the air, as you're mentioning earlier. and then the icing on the cake was finding such a great company.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, I have loved Puckett's for years. I frequent the downtown location. I know that there are, as we said, 8 different locations. But you brought in something fantastic this morning. It smells amazing. So these are all newer menu items that you just added. And it's kind of got that mojo flavor to it. Now, I've heard the term mojo, like we hear mojo wings, we hear mojo pasta, which you brought. Right. So give us a little bit of the definition of what that really means.
So the Mojo Triangle is the Nashville, Memphis, and New Orleans create that triangle. And the cultural impact is not only felt with the music, with the creation of blues and jazz and country and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Also, they brought the culture over their food. So it's kind of a melding pot of different cuisines and styles. And we brought you some Mojo pasta today, which has got a Creole cream sauce with our smoked chicken and andouille and rock shrimp and fried okra. And then you got to have some gumbo. So we got a chicken and andouille gumbo.
I have had some gumbo.
He's already in it.
Listen,
Charlie's
you
already
guys,
tasting.
just discuss amongst
Well, I
yourselves.
have to
while I
talk,
eat
so
of it.
yeah, I don't want to really take a huge bite while I'm still talking to you. But yeah, this looks incredible. So these are new menu items.
Yes,
are they
ma'am.
available at all the locations?
All the locations,
Okay.
yes. And we're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And these are some of our lunch and dinner options.
Oh,
For
see?
folks who may be watching outside of Nashville, all the locations are great. My favorite is probably the one off the square in Franklin,
Yeah.
because when you grow up in New England, the square in Franklin is what you picture the South to be. It is
Absolutely.
the quintessential Southern square. It's just so beautiful.
Absolutely. That was my first trip here for when I met the folks at A. Marshall and Puckett's, and walking through Franklin around Christmas time. I'm like, oh my Lord.
It's it's like a Dickens.
Absolutely.
Right?
It
Yeah,
was
it's magical.
Dickens. That's
Yeah.
what we said.
Yeah.
So
It's absolutely beautiful.
That's awesome.
And there's
It's awesome.
live music
Oh,
at all the places. So that's the other fun thing about it. It's not just that you're getting fantastic food. There's always some live music that's happening. And
yeah,
that's
we have
incredible.
great live music. I can't remember the amount of shows, but it's in the thousands that artists that we book through our venues. It's just a great opportunity for the artists to show off, their talents, and for us to share that with our guests.
This is fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
I think people sometimes are a little nervous about a gumbo or something that says Mojo attached to it because they immediately think heat. But this is not this isn't a heat. This is a flavor.
Correct.
That's in there. So
Correct. I think
how do you
people-
balance that?
Yeah, I think people misconstrue, Cajun and Creole with, like you said, fire, hot,
Right.
burning, but it's more about flavor and impact and
It's
and
so
wow.
good.
And so it's a nice melding. And, you have to be careful too, right? You don't want to scare people off. So we tame it down, but we got some hot sauce on the side that you can spice it up.
Spice
just a
it up
bit.
there?
Yes, ma'am.
And the fact that you have fried okra on the top is just,
You got to have
the
some
best.
fried okra, of course.
That's my favorite.
Absolutely.
What is your favorite thing to play with? I mean, as somebody who has been in the culinary arts, and you were culinary arts in New York?
Yeah, New York, Culinary Institute of America, New York. Yes, ma'am.
Incredible. So what is your favorite thing to play in when you're playing with food?
Oh, anything regional ethnic for me is the funnest food, whether it's Thai or whether it's Creole or whether it's making a Nashville hot chicken at home. I mean, just being real creative. My pantry at home, a lot of people have a small closet. I have a whole room with Metro shelving, about 2 6-foot by 6-foot Metro shelves with food. My wife isn't too crazy about it, but she's not unhappy when I make the food.
I was going to say, she reaps the benefit. of-
Absolutely,
right,
she
yeah.
gets the benefit.
Here's the thing, though. If you think about it, you're just like a musician. You just
Yep.
play with food instead of music.
Yeah,
so
got a lot of instruments.
it could be worse if
Yes.
you had guitars all over your house.
Drums. Yeah.
They'd take up a lot more space.
Yep, absolutely.
So there you go.
Absolutely.
Your wife is like, okay, you can stop now.
Yeah.
We were talking off the air. One of your former stops before arriving in Nashville was a good amount of time with the Disney people.
Yeah.
There's no alumni privileges where you get
No.
free season passes to share with fellow radio friends from that arrangement.
No.
Okay.
I have a few friends back there, but they don't give me a lifetime free pass. But it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So all of this is on the menu currently.
Yes, ma'am.
People can go in and order. And as you said, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anytime, Puckett's, 8 different locations.
Yes.
Guys, thanks for being a sponsor of the
Oh,
show.
absolutely.
Thank you for bringing. We didn't know this was going to be one of the perks, but we are very happy about it.
Absolutely. You gotta come bearing gifts.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's Mark Grimes. He's the chef at Puckett's. Again, 8 different locations. You guys can find them online. That is a very easy place. And then if you want to make some more of their reservations, I know some places do reservations ahead of time. The one in Franklin, I go to that one a lot because my daughter is performing downtown, and so we'll run over and we'll grab dinner while she's at the Franklin Theater.
That's like the perfect gumbo, by the way.
Is it?
The perfect spice.
Yours is gone.
Yeah.
You've already devoured.
There's more in
There's
back.
more.
There's plenty more in back for you.
Living low and slow at Puckett's, everybody. We are happy to have them part of our Coffee Country and Cody family. We've got more on WSM right after this.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is Coffee, Country, and Cody, and you are in the right place this morning. We are inside the Simply Superior studio in the Acuff House on the Opry Plaza. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mattos, Annie Nye. Hi, I'm glad you came over.
Thank you. Good
I love when you sit beside me.
I know. I love to sit beside you.
Okay.
Wait. I've sat over there a lot, and I never get like that welcome.
I love it when you sit beside me, Annie.
Charlie, we love it when you're over there.
Jeff is upstairs.
Thank you.
I have to say, we've had food in the studio, so we got to take some. Jeff came down and got some food?
He did. He got a sandwich.
Thank you to our friends at Puckett's, by the way, who hooked us up on this Friday. So the only thing that would make it better is if we talk about our favorite movies. Mm-hmm. And you brought up a great idea. We were trying to think of what we were going to do for the chick flick, and you said,
I said, guys, why don't we do movies that are 25 years old right now
that came out this year?
Right. Yes.
Brilliant.
Well, because and then Charlie said,
so from 1990.
He said, what year is that? He starts typing. I'm like, are you kidding? 2000. I did this on purpose. It's 2025. I thought it would be great. I thought you got it when I said it.
The math is easy. No. But also, we all think that 2020 was last year and 2000 was like 10 years ago.
Right. It's the whole.
The math doesn't add up.
It's that, yes. 2020 has messed my brain when it comes to time.
We'll stick with that.
All right,
okay.
So, but hit movies and then we'll do our chick flick. Okay. Hit movies from 2000. This is box office from 1 to 10. Ready? It was quite a year. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Mission Impossible 2. Gladiator, The Perfect Storm, Meet the Parents, X-Men, Scary Movie, What Lies Beneath, Dinosaur, and Erin Brockovich. That was your top 10.
Wow.
Yes, the one I picked is not in the top 10, but it is one of my all-time 3 favorite movies ever.
You know, Erin Brockovich was one of my favorites.
Oh, Julia Roberts is so good. And then, the real-life Erin Brockovich got a lot of publicity out of that as well.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Also, Scary Movie. I didn't realize it was 25 years old.
I like How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm assuming the Jim Carrey version.
Correct.
Great film. I also didn't realize when I said this, I'm 27, so I was 2 when all of these came out. So I can't really vibe with you guys on this as well.
But that's why you like The Grinch, because you probably saw that one.
Because that's a repeating, classic, annual classic. But I'm regretting it now. I should have said maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, you know what was number 11?
What?
Hercules. Look at Hercules. Hercules.
Was that
the Nutty Professor?
I was like, Nutty Professor.
Look at Hercules.
Miss Congeniality also came out that year.
It did. Charlie's Angels, Remember the Titans, The Patriot.
Charlie's Angels?
Castaway.
Oh, good movie. I know that one.
Castaway? Oh.
Really?
Fire.
That's 25 years old.
Look, I've made fire. Fire! I've made fire. Fire!
If you ever wonder where we get the quotes, it's actually just Charlie.
Yeah.
We just go to the Bank of Charlie.
Right.
One day we need, on the chick flick, instead of playing a clip, we need to act out the scene. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, look at my method acting already.
That's
this morning.
Great.
Thank you.
I have notes.
You can have a monologue.
Like we'll be discussing afterwards?
No, like when you're
like I don't get the part?
When you're acting, the director will say, I have notes, and the notes are suggestions on what you should do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have notes.
All right. Maybe Jeff should just play the chick flick right now. 615-737-9650.
He's jumping straight into it. 615-737-9650. If you know the name of this chick flick from 25 years ago.
If you're going to be a true journalist, you cannot make friends with the rock stars. Just make us look cool. God, it's going to get ugly, man. They're going to buy you drinks.
Don't take drugs. Don't take drugs.
Don't take drugs.
Make good decisions. Have you seen this movie?
I haven't seen this movie.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I know. Sorry.
It's like insanely good.
It actually fits so perfectly with having a rock star at the Opry tonight with Ringo
Starr.
Yeah. So this is pretty perfect.
And I'm sure to all of the frontmen, to Larry Stewart, to Tim Rushlow, to Richie McDonald. The scene where they leave Jason Lee in the bathroom and the bus goes away and he goes, "Hey, I'm only the lead singer."
There it is. There it is.
I guarantee it's happened to all of those guys at least once.
Do we want to run it one more time?
One more time, Jeffrey.
Okay, here we go.
To be a true journalist, you cannot make friends with the rock stars. Just make us look cool. God, it's gonna get ugly, man. They're gonna buy you drinks.
Don't take drugs.
That would be me. I'm that mom. Don't take drugs. Make good decisions. Okay. If you know the name of that movie from 25 years ago, give us a call, 615-737-9650. You will win $25 at our gift shop at the Grand Ole Opry gift shop at shop.opry.com. All right. We need somebody to call in with that. And then you can get some really cool merch like Lauren Elena sometimes wears on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, especially when she was doing this song with Lainey Wilson. We know this dance.
I love
this
song.
Let's go. Oh, our buddy John Party on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. He was at the Ryman event that I was at yesterday, and he came out and he did a song. I legitimately couldn't even really listen to the lyrics. It is about his little girl and driving her home when she is a baby from the hospital, and then 16 years later, she drives away.
Oh.
I was like, John Party,
Yes.
you just hit me right in the feels.
How old is Reese?
It's 15 and a half. I can't talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it was so funny too, because I was with my friends Joyce Reiser and Amber Anderson, and they both turned and looked at me.
Of course.
And I'm like, nope, we're in public. I'm not going to cry.
And not what you expect from him. But look what fatherhood does, right?
He came out and he started to talk about it, and he goes, "No, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry in front of all of you. So here we go." And he just like kicked it off.
Well, perhaps he'll cry in front of 4,000 people next Friday at the Grand Ole Opry
I
when
sure
he's
hope
there.
so.
So I hope so.
I
too.
really hope
Yes.
so. You need to ask him. Like, are you going to be there that night?
I
or-
will. That's how
Okay.
I know he's there.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're there, you just need to ask him and say, "Hey, I heard that you've got this really special song. Are you going to play it?" Before you go out there and see if he will, because I will tell you, right in the feels. So very good. New stuff from John Party on the way. Hey, Reba, congratulations. Season 2 of Happy's Place. It's coming. I know she's loving being back on television, especially with all of her friends. Melissa Peterman is there. Her boyfriend Rex Lynn is in this, and just found out that it has been renewed for season 2. If you haven't been catching up on Happy's Place, you can watch tonight. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC. It streams the next day on Peacock, so you can be watching for our friend Reba. Hey, later on today, we have a guest who's coming in the studio, and she's making headlines of her own. Kat Luna, congratulations to you. She was formerly of the duo Kat and Alex, and she just signed with Sony Music. So just got her first solo artist deal, and she's going to be making her first solo trek on the Grand Ole Opry. So her debut is going to be happening. Her latest song, Happiest I've Ever Been, is out on digital platforms, and she's coming in here later this morning to talk to us all about it. So looking forward to that. Vince Gill's going out on tour this summer as well, not to be outdone. We've been talking about all these tours. I do love all the memes that people send me, like empty wallets, or, they've got a calendar and it just has all the festivals and tours, and they're trying to map it all out. That's the time of year it is. So all the festivals, all the tours are getting announced, including Vince Gill. He's been at the Sphere with the Eagles.
He has.
Now he said, I'm going to do my own thing for a little while. And Evening with Vince Gill is kicking off May the 8th in Rochester, New York. And he is going to Baltimore and Minneapolis and Atlanta and so many other places. And he ends with 4 nights at the Ryman Auditorium.
Now, I'm going to say this. If you're going to go see him at the Ryman, and pretty much anywhere, but especially at the Ryman Auditorium, if it's a weeknight, maybe don't plan on going to work the next day, because he will start at 8 o'clock, and he just missed finishing at midnight. It was 11:54 when we walked out of Ryman Auditorium.
Are you kidding? Was it the last night?
No, it was every night.
Oh, I love that.
He did 40 songs.
Holy cow.
It was crazy. And all the hits and a bunch of new stuff, and it's everything you want it to be. And it was as happy as I've seen anybody on stage in years.
That's his happy place.
And his band is just so great.
Oh, speaking of Happy's Place.
Yes. Oh, Happy's Place.
Throwback.
She wrote the theme song, Reba did, to Happy's Place with Carole King.
Good for her.
Songwriter Hall of Famer.
All right. Well, if you want to see Vince, vincegill.com. Those tickets are going on sale right now. So they're going to sell out quickly.
And you can see Vince next Friday with John Party at the Grand Ole Opry.
Do you see how we tie it all together? Sometimes we don't even mean to. Sometimes it's just better to be lucky than good. All right, coming up, we are rewinding to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. We've got our buddy Cody Johnson on stage.
You were just with Cody.
Yes, I was.
Not quite a week ago. And tell the guest stars again who showed up on that show.
Carrie Underwood showed up on that show. Luke Combs showed up on that show. Ian Munsick showed up on that show. And I left before any of them ever came out on the stage. So that was my bad. Don't ever leave a Cody Johnson show. You just never know what's going to happen.
But the special guests that you knew about, like opening, were Drew Baldridge and Ashley McBryde. Yeah.
And it was fantastic all the way around.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
We're off to the races. She walked in. We started talking. We have not shut up since. I am so happy to see you, Kat Luna. How are you?
This is so fun. I feel like it was like a family reunion walking here.
I was like, tell me everything. And we're talking. I'm like, oh, wait, we're back on the air. Hold on.
You're like, okay, hold on.
Let's bring everyone else into the chat.
But we're in a new house since the last time you came and visited.
This is beautiful. I cannot get over the fact that I'm sitting. I'm like sitting on the Opry rectangle.
Thank you.
Did I get it right?
Yes.
We're trying.
Yeah.
It's not catching on.
Nah, it's
But
not.
I think it's so sick.
But same wood as the circle.
I love that.
Isn't that
It's
awesome?
kind of like getting my pre-jitters out.
There you go.
That's amazing. It's so good to see you. You've been
You too.
so busy. Lots of things, lots of changes.
Lots of changes, but so good.
Okay.
So good.
So we know you from Cat and Alex. That's where we fell in love with you. Tell us everything. And now you're doing solo work.
Yes.
How is that feeling?
It is feeling so liberating, and I'm just so incredibly blessed to get to have another opportunity to share my story with the world and just share my healing that I've done and just like how happy I am now.
I mean, it is something when you make a debut, and you've done your debut at the Grand Ole Opry as a duo, but you get to do a solo debut.
It is, I think being here, I hadn't hit me all week, and then just getting to be here with you guys, it just hit me, and I'm like, this is such an amazing opportunity that I get to do it again.
Well, and it's one of those really sweet moments because it happens so fast. Like, it's a crazy busy day, and we talk about that all the time. You get here, and there are cameras in your face, and there's a sign this, and we're going over here, and then here's your dressing room. So it kind of goes by in a blur, but knowing that ahead of time and having lived it once, you're like, this time I get to take it all in. It's a lot sweeter, right?
It is so much. I feel like the first time you do it, it's unforgettable, but now getting to do it again, I have a newfound appreciation for it, and I'm just, I don't know, the circle's just such a sacred place to stand on, and I'm just excited to get to stand on it and be around all the people that I love and everybody that got me to where I'm at now. So
that's so exciting. I'm so pumped about all of that. So going in, do we already have an outfit? Because that's my...
Oh, girl.
Listen. When I have a friend that's going to be on, I'm like, okay, let's talk outfit. Because that's like, it's kind of like, a coming out party.
It really is. It's like, you gotta bring the vibes.
Bring the vibes. Okay, give us a detail on what's happening.
So I'm not going to share too much about the outfit because Courtney would kill me. But
okay.
Courtney's my stylist. She is the most incredible. The cat that you see is because of her. If not, I'd be dressed like Adam Sandler in sweats all the time.
Say.
So thanks to her. But it's going to be very different from what you're used to seeing me in, and very me.
Oh,
and it's going to have a Western flair to it because I feel like everything that I wear has like a little bit of an homage to the cowboy culture. But
good stuff. Excited.
Well, what a cool night it's going to be because you're going to make your solo debut. Sarah Evans is on the show that night.
I'm so excited to see her.
Yep. Breland is there. We love Breland as well. What a hot new artist.
Love him. He's great.
And then Bill Medley playing the Righteous Brothers classic songs. I mean, that's going to be really cool night at the Grand Ole Opry.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Do you find, because I've had so many artists say this, that when they go for the first time, and especially when they get to go back for a second or third time, that they really do feel like there's such a welcoming quality to the Opry. It really, like we talk about it being a family, but it's the real deal.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like even the first time that I ever went there, you guys treated me so much like family, and now getting to come and getting to come back and just getting to see you guys again, it feels like a family reunion. It's like a big warm hug.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about music and what's been going on.
Yes.
What is the new music like? What are you doing now that you've always wanted to do? What are you tapping into?
So the music that's coming out, I wrote it a while back. As you know, music takes time to write, and it talks about my healing journey, and now just finally being at the point that I'm happy and I get to just enjoy the life that God has given me, and finding my new partner and my new boyfriend, and him being just so sweet and incredible, and just showing me what a good love and godly love is supposed to be like.
Well, I knew you were in a good place when I heard "Happiest I've Ever Been." So I thought, well, this is a good sign. You know,
It is a good sign.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. I love that song.
It's hard enough to go through a breakup, but then to have to do a breakup where everybody knows and everybody's
insane,
in your business. I mean,
Yes.
that is just an extra layer. I can't imagine how that plays out for you. But to see you now, I'm like, oh, wow, look at you. You
Insane.
got through it. You got through all of it.
I feel like I always had this like idea. I'm like, the only way out is through. And yes, it was kind of sucky that it was around. Everybody was seeing it unfold, but I did what I feel like was right. And I just stayed quiet. And I was like, I'm just going to heal. And then when I'm ready to come back out into the world, I'm gonna. And that's what I did. And I'm really grateful that I did.
Were
it like
you
that.
writing a lot? Was that helping?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So all this,
Yeah.
all this stuff that's going to be coming out, except for Happiest, is about, I was writing it during that time. So it's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
And now I wrote Happiest. And I wrote Happiest. That was like probably one of the last ones that I wrote. Clearly.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it. I mean, we see that with so many artists. They're like, this is my therapy. This is
my
where
gosh,
I go. And I get to pour it out on the paper and I get to make music with it.
Yeah.
So we get to, we get the benefit of it all.
It's really cool. I'm very literal sometimes to a fault at my songs. But
Was there anything that you wrote that you were like, no, that one's too personal or too literal, and I have to, I'm going to pull it back just a little bit.
I didn't pull it back. It's a part of the new project. Or the project that's coming out. I know.
Okay.
But everything is tasteful and respectful because I'm just pouring my heart out, and I want other girls to feel empowered through if they're going through the same thing or went through the same thing and just feel like they're not alone.
I was just going to say, I bet you when you play dates and spend time at the merch table that people are going to come up to you and tell you how they connect to each of those
And
songs.
that's my favorite part of what I do, getting to see that something that got me through what I went through is helping other people as well.
Yeah.
So
we share Miami in common. I lived there 9 years.
Okay.
U of M alum.
Hello.
We were actually good when I was there. We didn't have to do this U thing anyway. But I love that there's Spanglish versions of a lot of the songs as well too. So really paying tribute to that heritage.
Oh, 100%. I feel like Spanish was my first language, and then living in Miami and going to school is where I learned English. And it was just a part of my growing up and just who I was, and I didn't want to shy away from that when it came to writing my music.
That's so good.
It's been a good Miami week. We had Anna Christina Cash here last week.
That's cool.
She and I lived within 2 blocks of each other.
Okay, where did you live?
I lived in Kendall on 107th for years.
No, oh my God. I think I'm on 100. Wait, I'm on 107 too. My parents' house. Yes. Kendall 107. I swear.
No.
That's creepy.
Not
creepy, but that's cool.
No,
yeah.
I live literally across the street from the shopping center with the Publix. And
And
the New York Deli.
No, I know. That's crazy.
And the bagel
That's
place.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The movie theater was 10 blocks up at the 17th,
That's
the
so
AMC.
crazy.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I don't hear from like a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'm from Kendall.
Yeah.
That's
4 miles from Dateland. Yeah. And right before I moved, though, I lived on South Beach. Right off the MacArthur Causeway.
You were the tan beach king.
running every day.
Oh yeah.
On the beach.
I probably ran into your parents somewhere
You probably
and had
did.
no idea.
And you didn't even know. That's so cool.
One day I'll interview your daughter
That's exactly.
before she makes
That's
her
crazy.
solo
Just in
debut.
case you didn't know, sir, I'm going to interview your daughter one day.
So we're going to play That Girl.
Ooh, okay.
Give us the backstory on this song.
So this song I actually wrote at the Grand Ole Opry. Believe it or not. Very cool. Warner's, I write for them, and they did a camp, and they were like, oh, we're all going to bring you guys, and you guys are going to write in the backstage rooms of the Opry.
Oh, cool.
And they didn't tell me who I'm writing with or anything, so I show up, Rhett Atkins is there. Freaked out a little bit. I did. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting to write with him. What the heck? And KK Johnson, which she's one of my really good friends. I love her. Her artistry is incredible. And he was like, why don't we write about you not being that girl anymore? And I was like, he's not that Southern, but...
No, he kind of is. He kind of is.
I was like, I hope
It's
I'm paying a good homage.
Yeah.
But he was like, why don't we write about like you being empowered? And I'm like, heck yeah, because at that point I was like, I'm not that girl anymore. I'm this girl. I'm the girl that I rebuilt and that I love who I am now.
That's
and
amazing.
It talks about leaving the past behind and that they think you're crying and all that stuff and that you're actually living your best life. So there's
Here
that
we
girl.
go.
Here we go.
That Girl. You're hearing it on Coffee Country and Cody with Kat Luna.
Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
We are talking with our friend Kat Luna before she steps on the stage to make her solo debut at the Grand Ole Opry. That's happening tomorrow night. By the way, we didn't really talk about it, but I'm loving Blonde on you.
Thank you.
Does blonde feel like you're having more fun?
Oh, yeah. Always. I was always meant to be blonde.
I mean, the hard part is once you do the highlight and once you feel that,
You won't go back.
you're
I will
not going
never.
to go back to a darker
My hair will
color.
be crispy, but I will still be blonde. I love it.
I've got tips and tricks. I've been doing it for years.
Okay,
girl.
you tell me I got it.
I will make sure that you got all the products that you
Heck
need.
yeah.
But you got new music that's coming out.
Yes.
We just got to hear that, girl. You wrote that at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes.
Which is just the coolest backstory.
So cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's insane.
So looking forward to this summer, like what's in the works? What can you tell us about that's coming?
So something is coming, and I'm announcing it tomorrow on stage at the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay. So,
It is very cool. I've worked on it for a long time.
all right. Be
and
looking
it's
forward to
a
that.
little piece of my heart, so I'm excited too.
And the
for you
best
guys to
place
hear.
that people can keep up with you is on the website. Yeah.
On the website, yes, and Instagram and TikTok. I post
Okay.
everything all the time. I'm there 24/7.
Perfect. How did you handle TikTok when it was gone?
I was just
going
gonna
to
say, how was that
Oh my
Sunday?
gosh. Okay. I kept trying to open the app, and then it kept saying that in hopes that the app wouldn't. I didn't realize how much I used it
Right.
until we tried to open it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't use that. And then I went to Instagram Reels, does not do the same thing. Not the same thing.
Yeah, the dopamine receptors were very tuned to TikTok.
As soon as everybody was like, it's back up, I was like, oh my God, yay.
I tried to trick it and VPN'd as my site in London, and it still knew that it was me. So, because that'll work on some things. You can watch
Yeah,
some
you
things
can
you're not
watch-
supposed to if you put London or something.
Yeah, if
and
you put a different, yeah.
TikTok too smart for that. No,
Oh, yeah.
no, we still
So
not letting
funny.
you do it. No.
Well, and my friend deleted it. She was like, well, I guess it's gone. So she deleted it from her phone, but then it came right back, but you couldn't download it again. So she was like, no. I mean, it was, back within 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But she couldn't re-download it because it was no longer in the App Store. So she
That's
was really
crazy.
kicking herself.
That's hard.
Yeah, that was harsh. So what has it been like for you, like releasing new music to fans? What has the response been? We talked about writing That Girl and how
Yeah.
we know people are going to come up and start telling you their
Yeah.
stories. What's it been like on social media when you're doing clips?
It's been really positive. All the girls are like, oh my gosh, like I finally have something that I can relate to. And this is so like my story. And I can't wait to get to that point where I feel like I'm over the hump and on to being the best version of myself. And I'm like, yeah, you guys, if I did it, y'all can do it. I promise.
Yeah.
Seems hard in the moment, but I feel like there's always brighter on the other side of the tunnel. Like you just got to get through the tunnel first.
We can do hard things.
We can all do hard things. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. You're going to do Happiest I've Ever Been.
Yeah.
Introduce your band.
Hi, this is my bestie Ben. We love
Hi,
him so
bestie
much.
Ben.
He has followed me through this whole journey, and I couldn't do it without him. And this will be his Opry debut as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So give us the backstory on the song.
Okay, so Happiest I've Ever Been is the happiest song, and it is the last song I think I wrote on my new project that's coming out. I caught myself there.
I didn't ask. You said it, not me. All right. Little sneak peek,
Just
little
kidding.
sneak peek.
Bleep that out.
Okay.
We're live though. Can't do that.
It's all good.
So Happiest I've Ever Been, it just talks about like finally being at the point in my life where before I couldn't see that I was able to get there, but I got there, and finally just getting to enjoy the fruits of my labor, I guess. Like just getting to finally be happy after having to go through all that hard stuff.
Good
Getting to the light at the end of the tunnel.
Love that. All
Walking
right.
into the light, but not the death light. The good light. The good light. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I think I missed the little piece of the song there,
That's okay. We didn't know.
but it's so cute.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Have you already thought of a video for this?
Yeah.
Have you already shot the video for this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
I mean, it's just so ethereal and beautiful, and it has such a lilt to it. Feels very light.
Lullaby-ish.
Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all the good
It's
things.
crazy. I'm like, oh, this is insane. I'm internally freaking out in a good way.
Excellent. We love a good freak out, especially when it's happening with us and not
yeah.
like in a bad way.
Oh, never in a bad way here. You guys are it's always like such an honor to come here and like just get hang out with you guys.
Thank you for coming in the new studio.
Thank you guys for having me. This is literally so cool.
I'm so happy to hear all the good stuff that's happening for
I
you.
know.
And we are so excited that you get to step on that stage,
Thank you.
making your solo Opry debut. Yeah, it's
Oh
happening.
my gosh, guys.
Saturday, everybody. Kat Luna. You look great as a blonde girl, and you look
Thank you.
very happy. We're happy to
Thank
have you
you.
here. It's Coffee Country and Cody on WSM.
More coffee, country, and Cody is on WSM.
We are talking about all the things that are going down in country music, and I have some scoop just for you. So we've been talking about Country Radio Seminar, big thing that's happening in town, downtown. The big culmination for Universal Music Group is a showcase that they do at the Ryman. And it's really cool because everyone who's on that label shows up and does a song, either a new project they're working on, maybe it's an old favorite, but they all come out, say thank you, and do a song for us. So usually Keith Urban is the closer, and Keith will come out and do some kind of crazy medley and play on his guitar and jump all around the stage. Keith is in Vegas, so they had Eric Church come out and close. And I mean, of course, you know it's going to be perfection. So Eric came out. It was very quiet, and he shared a story with everyone. He said, you know, we had a tragedy that happened here in Nashville with our community. It was the Covenant School shooting. And he said, Covenant School is 1 mile away from my son's school. He has 2 little boys. And he said, I had to drop my kids off at school 1 mile away from where that happened. And he said, I did it the next week. I'm dropping them off at school. And I sat in my car thinking about how crazy everything is in the world. And about that time, Charlie Daniels came on the radio, and it was Devil Went Down to Georgia. And there's a line in Devil Went Down to Georgia that basically says, you know, Johnny, rosin up your bow. The devil's come to Georgia, and he's dealing the cards. So in his mind, Eric is like, man, the devil is everywhere around us right now. Where's Johnny when we need him? So he wrote a song called Johnny, and he performed it on stage. It was acoustic and beautiful, and he brought out an entire choir. They came walking down the aisles. It was magic, and I got a little video for you, so take a listen and look.
Child, in this fire, and the flames are closing in. So run, get your fiddle bow and send him to hell again. Yeah, back to hell again. Back to hell again. This fire about taking.
It was really a moment, I have to say. I'm not sure when Johnny, the song, will be released. I don't know, you know, if it's something that Eric is planning on releasing or if he just felt like he wanted to perform it for everybody right then. But it was the perfect way to just wrap everything up for that day, to hear Eric talk about that story and that song, and then to have the choir come in. When he's playing on the stage of the Ryman by himself, and then you hear these voices, immediately I'm in the balcony and I'm thinking, there's no way Eric Church is having a track. That's not Eric. He doesn't do that. And that's when you saw the people start walking down the aisles and coming together in the front. Just really, really incredible.
Yeah.
So
I can only imagine the emotion in the room.
Yeah. It was definitely felt. So well done, Eric Church. Tonight, Grand Ole Opry, Ringo Starr making his debut. Make sure that you tune in. Listen here on WSM starting at 7 o'clock. We will see you back here on Monday. We go from Friends to a good old love murder ballad. Here's Papa Loved Mama with Garth Brooks. Have a good weekend.